Aloha mai kākou, and welcome to beautiful Hilo Paliku. We're here today at Honolulu with two wonderful people, and Mr. Aaron Salā and Miss Snowbird Bento. Aloha mai kākou.
Aloha.
Welcome to Mele Lihiwai, here in this wonderful place.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say how honored I am to be with two of my closest friends here today, and we brought you here today to talk about music and the importance of music, and not only in what we do, but in music as how it identifies who we are as a lahui. And so we wanted to ask you today a question about how did you get involved in music, and how has music been involved in your life for how long? Maybe we can start with you, Snow, since you're the prettiest.
Oh, mahalo nui. Let's see. Music, I guess, was always around me growing up. Both sides, my grandparents really played music in church on my mama's side. And so I grew up listening to them. Every Sunday, that was our hana. After we pau church, we come home, have our dinner. And then we have ohana time, and that consisted of singing. Grandpa on the kika with a falsetto, tenor voice, and then grandma was a soprano with her ukulele. And then on my dad's side, my grandmother was really my first kumuhula, in the sense that she taught me my first hula.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Aaron, what was how did you start with music, or were you just born as a beautiful, wonderful musician?
No. I was born in Honolulu, but my father is pure Samoan, yeah. So we moved shortly thereafter to Samoa. And in Samoa then, as it is now, I think, everybody in the village sings. Everybody in the village dances. And, at that time, everybody sang and we all danced for the love of God, right? Everything is centered around the church. And so I think we brought that home with us when we finally came back to Kailua, to my grandparents' home in Kailua, Oahu. But the seed, sort of the germination of all of these things that I've done in music were from that experience and living in Samoa.
Beautiful. So, you're known as one of the most wonderful piano players that we have in our lahui.
Mahalo.
And when did that start for you, piano playing? And
I started in Samoa. So when we lived in Samoa, we only had electricity for an hour a day. And so not much to do, right? And so my mother got my sister and me involved in tennis and golf and piano lessons. And so every Thursday after school, we would go from South Pacific Academy in Tafuna to Leone, to Terry's piano studio. And that's when I started playing piano. When we moved to Grandma's house in Kailua, we had a 1938 piano, 6-foot grand in the living room, which I thought was for me all the time. Until one evening, I went to a luau with Grandma and Grandpa, and we came home, and Grandma went to the piano. And I thought she was going to call me over to play, some Bach or something for her. And she started to play. And, my jaw was on the ground because I had not any idea that anyone else played in the house until that point. And so we made a deal that she would teach me how to play what she played as long as I practiced what I was supposed to practice. Yeah, I think so too. And
as a resident rooster over there, Mr. Lepe.
And so from that moment on, that's when I started to, really pay attention to who the players were, Auntie Leila, Uncle Mahi, and allow them, or I should say, they allowed me to hang out with them. Exactly.
Yeah, he's so excited. The kupuna hear you. And that's really beautiful. But so when did this relationship, because I know you guys are very close friends, and when did this relationship start to happen between yourselves with music and just this friendship? How did that start?
I know when. Kamehameha schools, middle school, I was in 8th grade, he was in 7th grade. We had Mrs. Rhinelander as our choir director. Naleo ho'o hei hei o Kamehameha.
We both sang baritone.
Tis true. Yeah.
Really?
Rock of my soul.
You really
In the bosom of Abraham. Oya Kamele.
Yeah.
Amaui himeni.
Yeah.
Klama.
Oh. Well, we'd be really appreciative and honored if you guys would maybe share a song right now. Sure. Bert, would you like to sing a song? What would you like to sing for us today?
I was thinking about sharing Heui. Heui is, a lot of people know Heui, of course. It's one of those songs that most people sing wherever they are. You don't have to be in a halau to sing it. But I said earlier that my grandmother was like my first kumuhula in the sense that she wasn't a hula teacher, nor was she a hula dancer. She just loved to play music. She loved to play ukulele. She had an auto harp. And before the auto harp, she had something else. And so I would be, she'd be strumming. And that's how I learned how to play, I'll Remember You and all these kinds of songs, right, from my grandma. And she was the youngest lady in the senior citizens class. And she would drag me with her. And so one day when I was about 3 or so, we were living in Paua Valley, Kona Oahu. And grandma said, I'm going to teach you this song. And so for the next, I don't know, about 13 or 14 years, that was the song I danced all the time with grandma, was Heui. And so since then, with my own nieces and my own sister, my ohana, I taught them grandma's choreography.
Oh, beautiful.
And so so that we can go and visit her where she's at, in Kaneohe, at the gravesite and sing Heui and dance for her the same stuff she taught me. So start with Heui.
Beautiful. No laila e Hawaii. E ho'olohe e nā nea I nā leo nahe o ke mau kanaka elua me ke mele o Heui. Aloha.
Heui no oi ke I ke mai, he pua ho o he no I kala, ho o e na ka ui aloha, he pua I mili ai. Heui no oi ke I ke mai, he pua ho o he no I kala, ho o e na ka ui aloha, he pua I mili ai. Ho o e pua ia ko ia, he mea ho o pili ka ili, no ko mana o wa uhu I ka leina no. O e pua ia ko ia, he mea ho o pili ka ili, no ko mana o wa uhu I ka leina. Mai no ne mai o e, he tu ulei ho o kahi no, ko maka kauhana. Mai no ne mai oe, e ku ulei ho kahi no, kau maka he aha nei kauhana. Haina mai ka puana, haina Heui kala, o e na ka ui aloha, he pua I mili ai. Haina mai ka puana, haina Heui kala, o e na ka ui aloha, he pua I mili ai.
You're watching Mele Lihiwai here in Honolulu with Miss Snowbird Bento and Mr. Aaron Salā, and we'll be right back.
Aloha.
All of the epic stories of great cultures have their heroes, guardians, and legends. In Hawaii, these 21st century masters are tapping into ancestral memory in times of modern disconnect to sustain our Hawaii for generations to come. Join us for Nalawea The Masters, an original series available now on ʻŌiwi TV, channel 326.
Aloha, ua ho'i mai kākou, ia Mele Lihiwai, Nana ia no ma ʻŌiwi TV. A ia no hoi au o Kīhei Nahale-a me ko umau hoa o Snowbird Bento, lau o Aaron Salā. E hoʻomau kākou ma ke ia ano moʻolelo ana e pili ana na kumu o kākou, a me na kupuna, me na makua. E Aaron, maupopo iau he kanaka paa i ka hoʻopaʻana au, hoʻonao au hoi. Hiki a oe ke wehewehe iki mai e pili ana i ko mau kumu, ka mau mea i hoʻupu mai kau kalena i lilo i kanaka loea.
Kalena, oh. E koʻu wā kamali, ke kahi o koʻu mau kumu, like nui, o ana kalamahi Beamer, ea?
Yeah.
Ma kahi o ka makahiki kana 8.5 paha, ane pau kana hana ma Bayview, ma kane ohea, hoʻokane piano ana ma leila. And ua hele ma kou ohana ma leila i ai ka aina hiahi, o keia ka maka mua kou ike ana iaia, kou ike maka ana iaia, ea? So hele mai oia i ke pākaukau, oka ia kahi mau Shirley Temples nana keiki, you know? And like, aole wau no e pili ana i ke la manawa, ai ka I ko mau wā kula kie. Mau no ko mako, you know, o Monte Macumber, ka leo Trinidad, o waila, ka maka kukona, you know, me maua. Mau no ko mako, ka mako hele ana I Andrews. Ai Andrews ana o ana kalamahi. Yeah, hoʻokani piano ana ma laila. And na kahi o kana makahiki, he hala? Gosh, what year was that? Your birthday?
Oh God.
18 paha.
18 maybe. Yeah.
So ua hele mako I leila, hana lea me ana kalamahi, kahea mai o ana kalamahi iau I e hoʻokani piano. So hoʻike mai oia, you know, pehea e hoʻokani ke kahi mele, a ku maila oia hula, hula.
Pua iliahi.
Yeah, pua iliahi, na Snowbird. A oia ka sort of haawina mua o maua me anakala, maua o anakala mahi. Okay, so, you know, hele wau I kona hale ma Kawela Bay, hele wau kona hale ma Punalu'u, mauno ko hele ana kona hale me ana ke gay Kathleen Beamer ma Kailua Nei, Kailua o Ahu. I kona pasere mua, aole pasere album paha, yeah? Ua hoʻopa'a leo kahi mele halawai anai. Kona haku ia I kona kupuna hine kuakahi, Elizabeth Hailey Deshe. And ua make wau a'o I keia mele. So kahi ahi ma outrigger Prince Kuhio me ana kalamahi ua noi ha'a wau iaia ina hiki au ke a'o mai I nei mele.
Oh.
So hele wau I kailua noho kahi mau la I mea e a'o I keia mele o halaue anai, he oli aloha.
Oli aloha. Oh, me nui ke la.
Yeah, and so like ka hea kua Elizabeth Hailey Deshe I na moku nui na moku pono o kona ohana o Hawaii, o ka moku o Kiawe, o Maui nui o Kama, o Ahu nei. And so, maka pani ana o ke la keia mau pauku, he ike haole, he lulu lima ke aloha wahi ana kalamahi, o ka mea nui o ke la mau laina, o keia ka mea e ho ike aloha, ka mea hou o ka ho ike ana I ke aloha. Nā na Hawaii he honi no. Yeah? But o ka mea hou, o ke la wā, a Elizabeth Hailey, ka lulu lima ana. No leila ua, you know, he oli aloha ke ia.
E olu.
Hiki.
Olu ane o e ke oli?
Kalamai, ku ana wau.
Ku iluna no. Olu.
E ana kalamahi na olua o ana ke gay Kathleen ke ia. Ia ula o halau ai ana e mola lei ka la ala panoa ke kula oku mano kunihi ka noho a mau na lahi o mahaku I ka wai o lua lei Leia nānu uanui ki ka makahala I pauku I e me ka ahihi. I hoʻohi hinoi wau, na unoho I oe o ko ukule ana paanoi. Hei ke haole, he lulu lima ki aloha ea. E ia au ke kilohana ke kona na ka maali e huli ana o ko hala I maui nei e nā nei ka makani he lau awa o ai pi o ai manu. He lua kua nā puua pele ai o puu wawa, o puua no hulu, o pili no me kalahi ki ola. I ke ka moku nui la o Hawaii. Te tau nei o Hawaii ulu na mehelu pela. Ka lele oni ke po o kaina na pele kula, ka maha leo haku ke le kula. Nui ta uala o ikua ka malama aia. Hei ke aole, he lulu lima te aloha. Aloha.
Mahalo anui. Apono ia no, ka oli I ka leo kamakani. Ke nana ia nei kākou I ke poloklamu o Mele ma ka Lihiwai a ea no hoi mākou na hoaloha. Snowbird Bento, Salā, o wono Kīhei Nahale-a, he hoi mai koe. Aloha.
Aloha.
Excuse me, guys. You guys know how to get the spouting water from here?
Oh, yeah. You want to go down Mudhen Water here, all the way till you get to Quarter Line Terminalis Underground Oven. Then go right on Worn Out Soil, all the way till you get to Day of War. Then you're there.
Okay, thanks.
Without Hawaiian, it's just not the same. Ahapunana Leo, reinvigorating the Hawaiian language since 1983. Join us.
Aloha mai kākou, e no hoi kākou, ma'anei, ma honoli'i, e ho'olohe nei, e nana nei, kanaka loea maika I ka himeni, a me ke ola, a me ka nohona Hawaii, o Mele ma ka Lihiwai. Aia kākou me Snowbird Bento, lawa o Salā, o wauno o Kīhei Nahale-a. Snowbird, kahi no mākou ho'olohe aku I ke oli, nahe leo maikai, Aaron I ke lau oli a o ia mai ana kalamahi. O oe he kanaka, he kumuhula, a he kanaka oli ke kahi. He kumu paha kao I ia oe I pinana ke oli a me ke kahi mau mea Hawaii.
Ai, ma ko uwa, ma ke kula ki o ka meha, ai wau mālalo o ka malu o ka ukumu, o e hoi o holo ua stender.
Ai.
A me Randy Kamuela Fong, a me Anakala Wayne ke ahi Chang, and I ke ala manawa, ua lohe vau I nā leo o ke kahi mau poe oli ma Founders Day. And no vau, I ku uwa puka ma ke kulana umi kumamalua, o make vau ka mea oli no Founders Day, ma ka meha. And so I ke lava, ua hele meila o kumu holo ua ua noi aku oia iau. Pehea make paha oe e oli no pauahi, no Founders Day. And ua nova o ai. O pono vau e kama ilio me lese balos mamua no ka mea o vau ka mea alakai no ke mele o ka papa.
Oh.
So ua pono vau e koho. He mele oli hoi oe ai ole he alakai no ke mele. So ua koho vau ka mea oli. So mai ke lava hoi hoi vau I ka leo oli a me ke la hana. No ka me walohe vau ke kahi mau leo nahe I kai ka loa o ke kahi mau kumuhula I ke la I ku uwa kamali'i o I hoi oli na ala kalamahaini ma. And lohe vau I ka lako leo no vau pehea kau make nui vau e hana I like me ke la pehea. Hiki paha iau ke noho malalo o ka malu o ke kahi kumu. And so, ua laki no hoi vau. Na ka mea, ai ke kahi mau kumu I leila ma ka meha. And o kumu holo ua ku kumu I ku uwa uniki. E lilo ana wau I kumu hula.
Ai, ma kela uniki ana, nui ko mako haaheo, ko mako hauoli, ike ana ia oe ma kela kulana kumu o iai, he kanaka auamo oe. Ike ia kupono no ko kulana a ko o ho'omakau ia no oe no ka malama ana I kakako maupua na oe hoi na keiki o Hawaii. Ma hope o ke la uniki ana, o oe ke kahi la ana mai kai o ka manao, a ohe pau ka ike I ka halau ho o kahi.
Ai, pololei.
I loko no o ka paana o ke oli, ale wo ho o mau ia ke la mau ka haku ana.
Ai.
And wo haku o I mau mele, mau oli paha.
Ia.
Loa paha ke kahi mele oli, ai ole au I haku ai, I make e ka ana like paha.
Ai, hiki
Me mākou.
no. Ke ia mele, he mele oli no haumea.
Mm.
Maybe e kolu mau makahiki aku nei wa noho wau I ka malu o Pualani Kanahele.
Mm.
Wa make loa o ia mako e kolu o Kamuela Yem a me La Kapulenchenko e koho ke kahi mo o lelo me ke kahi mau oli I loko leila e no ana mako pehea ka mako oli pehea ke ano ko mako oli I nā oli ma ke lama o lelo. So hike mako ke hapa I ke la mau manao mai ka wā kupuna mai. No leila ua koho mako ka mo'olelo ke ka au haumea pili me wakea. No leila ua haku wau ke kahi mele no ko umau wahine, no ko laka ko wā komo I loko ka mele manaka, ka makahiki e lua kaukani umikuma lua eia noho I ke la oli o haumea.
Eia noho, Snowbird Bento.
O haumea ka wahine ai waiva no haumea I ka hano no a e lai ke kaula palihinu I ka paliku anu o vavao no uka I ka vao na hele o tahali makalihi o laumi hai ki lohana hakilo I hola ke pipi o ke li ake ua pa ano hele I kai tomo I taha ulu o ka meha I ka na he ki no ulu ke ki no paha o haumea a puka mai na ki no papahavalu Kino papa mano, kino papa lehu, I mano ita lehu ona kino o haumea. Puka, o haumea ka wahine iwa.
Ke nana nei oe, ia Mele ma ka Lihiwai, me nā lala o ke kumu o wau Kīhei Nahale-a. He hoi mai koe. Aloha.
You're looking at a voyage that will take Hokulea away from Hawaii for 3 years. You would be sailing at least 45,000 nautical miles. It would be by far the most dangerous thing that we would ever consider doing as a voyaging family. The risks are huge, but on the other side, the possibilities are enormous. We're not going to change the world, but we're going to go and build a network of people around the earth who are going to change it. And our job is to help them be successful.
Welcome back to Mele ma ka Lihiwai here in Honolulu on the island of Hawaii at Hilo Paliku. I'm your host, Kīhei Nahale-a, and I'm blessed to be with two mauli pua ka vekiu o ia hoi o Snowbird Bento, lawa o Erin Salā. And we've been so fortunate to hear such a beautiful story about your traditions, where you've come from, your foundations, and your kumus. And we just listened to you, Snowbird, really share how we as Kanaka reciprocate back the knowledge that was given to us. And that is by creating new things. And Erin, you're a haku mele as well. And would you like to share a little bit about some of the things you've created and some mele you've created and
It's
the
very heavy
inspirations?
kuleana you're giving to us
Oh, you know.
today.
Oh, you have broad shoulders. You can do it.
You know, I my sort of exploration in my identity as a Hawaiian surely was started at Kamehameha, but not until I finished my BA and I started graduate studies that I really ho'i kapiko, you know, like maka no'o ana. And so I, you know, when I got into the graduate program in ethnomusicology, master's program at Manoa, a few semesters before that, I had started taking Hawaiian studies classes and Olelo Hawaii classes, Mama Nonei. And so I was hired to be a graduate assistant at Kamakakua Kalani and training to teach several of the classes there. One of the classes I trained for was Lili Kala's genealogies class. It's a 300 level course there. And this is sort of my first stab at hakumeleing. So I'm sharing the context of this mele. And so I was sitting in this class training to teach genealogies, and Lili Kala is at the helm, really. And she talks about these ali'i like they are in the room. You know, she has such a reverence and such a knowledge of these people. And she made a comment one day about the notion of kaua. And that we tend to think of kaua as these untouchables. Yeah? We don't talk to them, we don't see them. But she contextualized this word kaua by using a story of one ali'i being kaua to another. And she used the phrase "ovau no ke kaua," and that moment, I think in the moment, it really wasn't me hakuing kahimele, yeah? Just like he muse, kaui kela, like kela manava, kela minuke. And I went back to my office and wrote down what was in my head about the process of being in a relationship, and in the beginning, heali'i, like you can be unstoppable, right? Alila he kahu. People hear about these things and they start to talk. It's the Hawaiian way, we know. And so he kahu, o keia pilina. And then after you get over all of those initial butterflies, then you really get to know one another. He hoaloha.
Right.
And in that moment, in the moment of becoming hoaloha, lilo vau I ke aloha. And so in that moment, you also become kaua. Mm-hmm. And so I penned this sort of mele that I entitled Ka'upu Aloha. And I took it to a friend of mine, Keawe Lopez, who I have tremendous respect for as a hakumele. And he looked at, there's one verse in there that he was like, I'm not too sure about this line, Pau ku'uaho ya mahealani, because of the notion of Pau ku'uaho and how your aho pose, And so I'm gonna sort of leave it there because I left Pau ku'uaho ya mahealani. I'm no kalahui, I left it there on purpose because he kauna ko ke la pau ku, okay? Mm-hmm. But this is a mele called Ka'upu Aloha Hiki.
Hiki no.
Kahimele.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ka'upu
Mr. Aaron Salā.
Imano wau I ke ai kanani o nei aina he upu aloha ke ia he alino Imano au I ke ai kanani o nei aina he upu aloha ke ia he alino Walohe ia e nā kini ke kani a ka manu He upu aloha ke ia he kahuno E lua ka ua I ke kapa ho'okahi ka pola I ka aeone He upu aloha ke ia he ho'aloha no Paukua ho Yamahealani ai ki mai ka opua. A ole no I upu I ho vau no ke kaua. Haina mai ana kapuana walilo vau I kou hanu aloha. Mea u oia mauloa he upu aloha no. Haina hou ana kapuana walilo vau I kou hanu aloha. Mea u oia mauloa he upu aloha no.
We'll be right back. Aloha.
Our mo'olelo are rich and layered with meaning. They're timeless truths revealed by our scholars and storytellers. Ka honua ola and other Hawaiian resource materials available from Kamehameha Publishing.
Welcome back to Mele Lihiwai here in Hilo, and we're here during a really special time of the year. We're here during Merry Monarch Week, which is why we get to interview such wonderful musicians, kumuhula entertainers, and we're back here again with Snowbird Bento and Aaron Salā. And Snowbird, I want to ask you a question. One thing that Merry Monarch does at times is actually inspires new creation and to create new things all the time. And some of that is hula, but also there's some of that is mele. And you can't hula without the mele. So when the mele comes and you get inspired to write something, what is it like to write something new and then to choreograph it? What's that like? Could you tell us a story about that?
Hi, mahalo nui. I was just thinking back, reminiscing our first Merry Monarch competition as a halau was in 2005. And when I think about it, since 2005 all the way until last year, 2013, for every Merry Monarch that we've competed in, our halau has been able to bring to life in a very public venue new mele, whether it's in the form of mele or oli, kahiko, or awana. And I didn't plan on that, but it just became something that we wanted to do. And, just I can remember back when learning from my kumu holo'ua and from Randy Fong folks, and them saying to us that, they had an experience where they entered a competition, and one of the judges there, I believe it was Uncle George Holokai, said to them, "It's beautiful to know that you folks know the traditions. It's even more beautiful and inspiring to know that you folks can write for yourselves." And when I thought about that, and I thought about all my kumu, one of the things that I really think is important is that we're pushing Olelo Hawaii. And our Olelo lives physically right now in our hula, in our chant, in our oli, makes it accessible to the lehu. And so the idea that we have the competency to create new mele and then put that to hula is unbelievable. And for me, when that perfect marriage of hakumele and creation of movement to bring to life those mo'olelo, whatever the mo'olelo may be, to me, that is the magic. And so when we go to a stage such as Merry Monarch, we have the ability to bring to life in front of a very public audience, which is part of the magic of hakumele. The history of magic of hakumele is that you have to perform it, and it has to be done live, and it has to be done in front of an audience. And those who will get it at that time, they'll get it. And those who don't, they'll take a little bit more time. Ike no ikalauka ike, mana no ikalauka mana.
Oi, oi.
And so I've been blessed to have several different composers besides myself. Kiao Nesmith has had some of his things that we've performed. Kamuela Yim, La Akapulenchenko. And even my tita, BJ Peloso, she wrote Oli Aloha for Kauai when the ladies did Nani Haupu. And so in that same tradition, I wanted to say that hakumele doesn't always happen as I had a dream or I saw this thing and I had a vision. No, I mean, hakumele can also be done out of necessity.
Right.
So in 2012, for our Awana, I wanted to do Pua Iliahi to remember Uncle Mahi, and was trying to find a song that I thought would match up. The mana'o would match for the ka'i and ho'i, because I like them to match up.
Yes.
That one leads into the other or helps to build up the momentum of the main mele.
Lepe, the rooster
Lepe is agreeing with
He's
me.
agreeing a whole lot right now.
Aloha Lepe. And so I couldn't find a mele that I was comfortable with for Pua Iliahi, and I decided, okay, crunch time, gotta turn in a fact sheet. Like literally, I have 24 hours. And so there I was in front of my computer like, come on, Bird, you need a mele. You know, and so this little ditty came up. It's a 4-line song. And since then, I've had people email and inquire, hey, so who wrote that song? Are there more lines? But it seems so complete. No, there's only 4 lines, just 4. And it said everything I wanted it to say to lead into Pua Iliahi.
So appropriate to do this song right now and to mention Uncle Mahi, since we're right near their family home here in Hilo. And if you would indulge us with the beautiful mele.
Okay, hopefully I can remember.
Yeah.
Kiss me ku'uipo.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Snowbird Bento. E nanea.
Kiss me, ku'uipo. He aloha no, he aloha. E waft my nei ko hanu ala. I make a gentle breeze, oh no no. Make a gentle breeze, oh no no. Kiss me, ku'uipo. He aloha no, he aloha. Ke waft my nei ko hanu ala. I make a gentle breeze, oh no no. I make a gentle breeze, oh no no.
I lea no ho i ka hula i ka ho'opa'a. Kumuhula Snowbird Bento. We'll be right back.
Aloha mai e nā mamua haloa mai ke kahi au ai ke kahi au ako ke ia whai aina. E ia mako nā hoa o ka leo ʻŌiwi. E launa mai noi ke ia haʻule lau ma ʻŌiwi TV nei.
What did she just say?
Stick around, you'll find out. Bye.
Ka leo ʻŌiwi, a new Hawaiian language learning series now on ʻŌiwi TV, digital channel 326 and online at ʻŌiwi.tv.
I will ho'i mai no ho'i kako ia mele ma ka Lihiwai ma honoli'i nei ma Hilo. Mahalo nui loa ia o kou, ia olua no ho'i e Snowbird lau Aaron. Nui ko'u mahalo i ko'u lua hele ana mai, ka kipa ana mai ia mako.
Mahalo ke kono.
Mahalo nui ia o kou.
O ka'u mea hope loa e wala au ai, make wau e wala au i pilina ka pilina. Mana ano apau, he pilina hoaloha kakako, he pilina kuleana kakako. Ua ho'i ki ia ke la pilina mana ano apau ma ko kako hua ka'i ana i wakine kona. E ho'i ke aku ai i ka po'e o ke ao, ka honua, e pilina ka nani o ka Hawaii ma ke kahi hea ia mea ma Smithsonian, ea? Hike e nei au e ke vehevehe li mai pinani ke la?
So makahiki, makahiki i wakalua umi kumamakahi paha ea, ua hai ia wau e hanakahi field work no ka Smithsonian Folklife Festival. No ke ia kauwelaku nei ea. O ka mea nui o ka Smithsonian Folklife Festival, kia kauwelaku nei ka indigenous languages,
Right.
endangered languages, in the world. Yeah. So ua hai ia wau e nina wele aku I na kanaka e ho'o mau wana. Yeah. Ale na ua o kahi ka field worker, he mau Hawaii hai ia. And so nina wele wau ia oe, nina wele wau ia I nei. Pela aku he mau ho aloha, he mau kumu au I kukami leo aku ai, e piliani pehea e ho'o mau ai I ko o lelo. Mau ka mahi ai kalo, mau ka hula ana, mau ka maka
mele no hoi.
Make mele hoi, yeah. So.
Ai, o nani no hula kau mau keiki no kumu Snowbird nui ko mako pomaikai I ke la a o kumu I ka umau keiki ma o ka olela Hawaii a nui kona ho'omanawa nui mai I ka umau keiki mahalo ia oe no ka mea kuno I ka makua kane e ana ma kokako ho ike ana ua ike ua ano ho'oholo ia he mea nui kokako ho ike aku I ka honua kahi I ano loli ai I ke ea o ka aina ua ho'oholo ia e himeni aku a ho'ike aku kahi mele o e hoi o kaulana nā pua. Ma mua o ma ko'u ho'omaka ana me ke mele Hawaii a ohe o ike ihi e pina ka mo'olelo o ia mele. Ua pono wau e o nani loa ke ea. And ma ko'u nana ana ma mua he mele nanea e mele hau'oli. Aka ma ko'u a'o ana ko'u launa ana ka ho'i kaika ia ko'u pilina me na kanaka I maupopo I ka mo'olelo a me ka mo'aukalo ka lahui. Ho'omaka oe ike I ka mea nui o ke la mele ia kākou. No ka mea ma leila no ke kahi ku'ina, ke kahi wā e ano loli ai I ka lahui aloha nui ia. Hiki anei paha ia oe Snowbird ke vehevehe li'ili e pili ana ka mea nui o ko kako ho'omana'o ana I ke la mele. Lilo ke la, he mele ai pohaku, aka he mele lahui aloha ia. He pono no ka himeni ia. Hiki anei ia oe ke vehevehe li'ili mai pili ana ke la. A ina hiki, make vo ia kako I himeni ina hiki.
Oia. No kau o lelo ana, e no'o ana vo, e ho'omana'o ho'i vau I kahi oli. Ua haku ia nā lahui o Hawaii. No lili o kalani I kona wā hele I wakine kona dese. Maka hiki umi kumama walu kana iwa kumaono. Ua hele oia I wakine kona dese hele mua oia mamua o ka pelikekena o ka aina huipu Amerika ea. O lela oia, a ole make mako I ke ia ano hana, ka oko hana hewa hoi. And ua haku ia ke kahi mau oli a me ke kahi mau mele. And o vai na haku o ke la mau mele, ke la mau oli, na kanaka. Hiki a oi ke ike, kainoa, o na hoku o na lahui. So no vau, he kule ana nui ho I kāna I ke ala manawa. I ko mako hele ana I wakine kona dese, a ke ia kauwela kunei no. Ke la mele o kaulana nā pua, he mele aloha no ho I ke la. Because I ke la wā, nui na po e wala au, Nui na po e wala au. Wala au ho I lako ia liliu. E ia la ko uhewa e kalani. Ko aloha I ka poe I aloha aina. E ia la ko uhewa. Ua kakau ua hako ia o liliu ke kahi mele pili ana ke la manao. So I ka wā a mako e hele I leila, himeni ho I mako I kaulana nā pua, ue ho I vau no ka mea. I loko ku una au, mau no ko mako aloha I ka aina. Mau no ko mako aloha I ko mako mau ali'i. No ka mea, he Hawaii ho I kako. A eia no ho I ka mako aina pula, ka mako aina o iwi. Na kako no, na kanaka o iwi. So, o vai ke kule ana e hapai auamu ia na mea holo o koa o neia aina, na mako no hoi. And mahalo nui na kumu a pau no ke ia mau makahiki. Mai
Ai.
ke lawa a hiki I ke imanawa. No ko lako homana nui. No ko lako a o ana. No ko lako ho'opaa ke kahua ho'i no mākou ea.
Ko lako hili na'i.
Ai, ko lako hili na'i e ho'i mai kākou.
Ai.
E ho mana o ho'i kākou I ke aloha.
Ai.
Ke aloha o ka aina.
O
Ke
ia
la,
ho'i.
ke ia honua he hala. Ho'o piha I ka mako na au.
Ai. Ano leila, pono pono kako himeni mau I nā mele. A ho'ohana, no ka mea, he oi ono ke la olelo no iau, I ka olelo no ke ola, I ka olelo no ka make, I ka himeni no ka ho'ohui ana o ka lāhui. Nō olu, ka lāhui ma waho ma ke kiwi, he kako nei ma ke wahi nei o Mele ma ka Lihiwai, mahalo nui a ʻŌiwi TV, ai himeni kako ia kaulana napua. Himeni pu kako.
Himeni pu kako. Kaulana nā pua o Hawaii, kupa'a ma hope o ka aina, hiki mai ka elele o ka loko ino, palapala a nunu me ka pakaha.
Pane mai Hawaii I moku o ke ave. Koku ana honoa o Pi'ilani. Ka ko'o mai ka ua I o mano. Pa'apu me ke one o ka kuhihewa.
A olea e kau I ka pulima, maluna o ka pepa o ka enemi, ho'ohui aina ku ai hewa, I ka pono sivila o ke kanaka.
A ole mākou e mina mina, I ka pu'ukala o ke aupuni. Ua lava mākou I ka pohaku, I ka ai ka maha o ka aina. Mahope mākou o lili ulani, Aua e ka pono ka aina, Haina ia mai ana ka puana, Ka po e I aloha I ka aina. Mahope mākou o lili ulani, Aloha e ka pono ka aina, Haina ia mai ana ka puana, Ka po e I aloha I ka aina, Haina ia mai ana ka puana, Ka po e I aloha I ka aina.
E ano ho'i au ma Mele ma ka Lihiwai o wau no o Kīhei Nahale-a me ku'u mau hoapili. Snowbird Bento, Mr. Aaron Salā, ma hilo nei, ma honoli'i. Me ke aloha nui, e nana o kou ma ʻŌiwi TV, e ho'o mau I ke ea o ka Hawaii. Aloha.